What's up, live stream audience? This is Tim Murphy here. Got my man Captain Ben steering.
Hello.
Steering the boat. As always, we are here at the Texas Motor Speedway, LS Fest, Texas 2023, and it's been an exciting weekend. We're currently in top 16 practice. We're probably going to cover this top 16 practice for, I don't know, it's going to go on maybe 10, 15 more minutes. Then we're going to go into a parade lap where we get to kind of introduce you guys to all the drivers. Before that, I'm going to go over the layout a little bit. This course is basically laid out with 3 inside clips, 3 outside zones. The first 2 inside clips are a quick transition right after entry. Then they hit the first outside zone. And as they work their way down the course, as you can see, the course worker's putting his cones back right there, they're going to hit that second outer zone, followed by another and third and final inside clip as they enter the sweeper. Then, after they pass that final third inside clip, they're going to work their way around that sweeper and hit that last and final outer zone. We have 3 judges on deck here: the passionate Pat Gooden, Zach Poloff, and Ben Gibson.
Indeed.
So it's been an exciting, beautiful weather. Yesterday was a little hot, but today it's been great. We've had a great day so far. As I mentioned, this is the top 16 practice. I'm going to go over the qualifying list right now and the battles. First, I'll tell you guys the qualifying order, starting with the 16th qualifier, which was Jason Buchanan from Frisco, Texas. He said he's a non-sponsored underdog. He's in a Mazda RX-7. Then we have our 15th place qualifier, which is Brandon the Kid Carter, coming to us from Moore, Texas. They call him the Brandingo. 14th place qualifier from Garland, Texas. He's telling everybody his wife is the best. How sweet, right? With the proper auto body, AWD tuning, Nissan 240SX is going to be Arthur Crastens. Our 13th place qualifier, coming to us from Parts Unknown, because unfortunately he was unable to fill out our questionnaire, so I just got to make stuff up. But we say, unlike the vacuum, he doesn't suck, and that would be Zach Dyson. Our 12th place qualifier is going to be from Dallas, Texas, in the Tire Streets Accelera Tire BC Racing Nissan 240SX. He was told to join the party. It's Mad Max Furist. Our 11th place qualifier, formerly from Coral Springs, now residing in Houston, Texas, in the Tire Streets Ren-Spec Nissan 240SX, Greg Kimotek. Our 10th place qualifier is from Louisville, Texas, in the Yellow Speed Racing Kansai Wheels 240SX. He said driving is a passion for him, Eugene Fagelman. Our 9th place qualifier from Danbury, Connecticut, in the Valvoline G-Technique BMW E36 is Grant Anderson. Our 8th place qualifier, coming to us from the OKC, with that Holley Performance Simpson Racing C6 Corvette, says he likes to party, Zach Ferris. Then our 7th place qualifier from Tucson, Arizona, in the 41 Motorsports Field Suspension Nissan 240SX, says he's self-built, self-driven Javi Martinez. Our 6th place qualifier, coming to us from Austin, Texas, in the Sparky-built Nissan 240SX, says he loves LS Fest, is Josh McGuire. Our 5th place finisher, also from OKC, in the Tire Streets Sparky-built Nissan 240SX, he says, work hard and set your mind to it. It's Mr. Reno Patrick. Our 4th place qualifier from Houston, Texas, in the Ren-Spec Wraps Holley Performance Redline Motor Oil Chevy Corvette, says if he wins, he's going to spend the money on his dudes. Give it up for Kevin Gorky. That's our 4th place qualifier. And now our top 3, also coming from Parts Unknown, with the BMW E36 is Jack Davis, our 3rd place qualifier. 2nd place qualifier from Claiborne, Texas, in the Fortunato Tire Streets Nissan 240SX, Jake Wise. And our number 1 qualifier in the 144 Print House Nissan 240SX from Denton, Texas, Nate Hamilton. So that's your top 16. That means here is your top 16 battles. I know we don't have a bracket here. I do want to mention this is our carry-on version of the live stream, so this is a test stream. Yeah, this is what we could bring on a carry-on package. So be patient with us. This is it's a test stream, really, for those of you guys that are watching, but we're happy that you guys are watching us. Please share it, like it, subscribe, help support the channel. And we're looking forward to Kentucky, maybe getting a little more fancy with the live stream. We'll see. but definitely next year, with the blessing of Holley, we'll be able to have a little more funds to really awe the crowd with a nice live stream. We'll see. Ben, what are your thoughts on the event so far?
It's been great. First time out here. It's you know, just the scale of the venue. That's what took me. I mean, you have this like mega jumbotron. That's one of the key marks that really stood out. But you have all these other aspects of the venue that really just the grandstands. I mean, you got like special VIP club seating all the way up there.
There's a lot of people here too.
Yeah, I just can't imagine.
Wow.
And just the sheer size of the crowd, the turnout, it's been great. It's been phenomenal.
It has. It's been a great time so far. That's for sure. Those guys that are watching us on the live stream, I'm kind of doing dual service here, announcing the event and announcing the live stream. So if I get a little distracted, please forgive me. But we got a great crowd here.
Yeah,
we're going to see if we can get some crowd participation when we get to start.
Yeah, we got our hands pretty full right now, so we're just trying to like manage the best way we can. But hey, it's trying to do what we can to carry on special.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Once again, I want to welcome everybody to the top 16 practice. About 10 more minutes of practice. My name is Tim Murphy, and I'm with my partner here, Captain Ben. We're going to give you the play-by-play action, try to help educate those new fans about drifting. And as you can see, this is a great example of it.
Look at Nate Hamilton!
Wow, look at that. That's just a little taste of what we're going to see.
That's great.
So we're thankful to be out here. We're coming from all the way from South Florida, and we have just been, it's been awesome being here in Texas, especially Texas Motor Speedway. We want to shout out to Holley for doing an amazing job with LS Fest, eBay Motors for helping support this, and of course, Tire Streets. This is a Tire Streets Drift Challenge, and we're out here just having a good time, right, Ben?
Indeed. So definitely a one-of-a-kind event over here. All LS-powered vehicles, and from all shapes and sizes, obviously from your Chevy Corvettes to your Nissan 240s, and of course, airboats.
Yeah.
That was one of the special treats that I got to see today.
Yeah, very well done. We've seen LS swaps and jet skis, Power Wheels, golf carts, airplanes, airboat. I mean, motorcycles, seen LS's in everything. Maybe they could put an LS in these generator light towers. I mean, I haven't seen that yet.
I'd say it'd probably be enough to power the whole track with just one LS-powered light tower generator.
Interesting. That might be next. I wonder if anybody's thought of that. Maybe an LS-powered lift. Hey, why not? LS swap the world, right?
Indeed.
Those of you guys that are here live, we have 3 judges. Our judges are Pat Gooden, Zach Poloff, and Ben Gibson. All 3 drivers, world-class drivers, judges, drivers that have a lot of experience in not just judging, but driving, running events. So it's very important that we always handpick the judges to make sure that we have judges that are able to relate to what the drivers are going through and be able to talk to the drivers, and judges that the drivers respect, right? Drifting is a judged competition, so it's a little different form of racing. It's judged by these 3 judges. Of course, majority vote gets the win. During qualifying, it's a points deduction style judging. During tandem battle, it's just all 3 judges are making their decision on which driver they felt did the best, and that driver will advance on. All right, here we go. We're almost done with practice here. Maybe another 5 or so minutes. Get these drivers all squared away few minutes of practice. Of course, these drivers are going to have to change the tires. Then we're going to go into a parade lap. Parade lap is a good opportunity to really get a nice slow look at the drivers. I'll be able to tell you which driver is driving which car, give you a little information. Hopefully, these drivers will gain some new fans today. And then you guys will take pictures. Be sure to check. A lot of these vehicles have their Instagram handles, and just if you get a chance to check it out, just make sure you tag in Holley LS Fest, hashtag LS Swap the World. Just throw them all on there so we can all see this footage.
And also, if you get the chance before you head out from the venue, be sure to stop by the drift pits. For all of these drivers will be there to share knowledge, share information. Who knows, you might get inspired by one of these vehicles to set up your own project, and they may be able to help you out, kind of guide you, give you all the details that you need to actually get yourself set up with your own drift program that you could bring out here to the venue. At the same time, a lot of these drivers, they could use your support, not only through following of their social media channels, but also some of them have merch to sell and offer that you could take home as a souvenir.
Indeed. Also, don't forget to go by the Holley booth. They got Holley t-shirts going for $15, so make sure you get some last-minute souvenirs if you're not from Texas or not from this area. We always make sure we grab souvenirs every event because it's full of good memories, and we always want to have something to remember it by. Wow, look at Jake Wise just ripping it. Max Fierce not too far behind. Once again, this is only practice. You wouldn't know it by the way some of these guys drive.
Yeah, and the way how some of these guys are driving is they have to be careful. They really want to be able to push the limits of their vehicles to get a good sense of how far to push it, but need to be careful because we've seen it before. During practice, they do suffer some mechanical failures. And I think if anything, it's better that it happens now because then you have some time to get it all sorted out, corrected, so that way when it comes time for competition and battle, the car is reliable to an extent.
Right, and that's what's so great about that LS platform. We've been at 3 of these LS Fests so far, and one thing I can't say that I've seen is a motor failure, engine failure. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but I haven't seen it.
That's true.
So the LS platform, with the help of Holley, has been able to prove itself as a very reliable power plant to push these drivers to victory. And we're going to see drivers from the full drift spectrum, drivers with a low horsepower range around 325, and other drivers closer to that 1,000 horsepower range, and they're going to be battling out. Drifting is a run-what-you-brung style motorsport, so safety first. Of course, safety is across the board a requirement. Roll cages, intrusion bars, helmets, fire suits, fire suppression system, battery cutoffs, a whole list of safety features these vehicles are equipped with that are designed to keep these drivers safe in the event of an accident. And we've seen it many times in drifting. Last year we had a pretty bad accident out here, and all that safety equipment came into play, and the driver was able to walk away with very minimal injuries. Vehicle was no good, but
the LS did hold up.
The LS did hold up. Once again, you guys that are joining us on a live stream, like I said, I'm kind of doing dual service, so there are some things I can announce to the live stream audience that I can't necessarily announce to the live audience here. Meaning that this is a test stream, so it's kind of something that we're doing on our own. As I mentioned, this is the carry-on version of the live stream, a test stream, as you will. So be patient with us. We actually brought one more camera out than we did at the Vegas event. So, and I believe we're tapped into one of the drones, so maybe we'll get some drone footage on there for you. Once again, just a test stream. You guys feel free to like it, share it, comment on it. Please comment. We love your comments, good or bad. You know, if it's bad, I mean, if it's bad and it's stupid, we're not going to read it. We'll read it and, hey, that's stupid. But if it's good, then we're going to love it for the encouragement. If it's bad but it's constructive, we appreciate that. All right, folks, we're lining up all these drivers now for their parade lap. Now, as these drivers come out for their parade lap, It's important to notice you're going to see them in battle order, meaning that the first 2 cars coming out will be the first battle. Second 2 cars will be the second battle. They may be in single file line. They may be side by side. Either way, I'll go through the list. If you're not familiar with how qualifying works, we have 16 qualified drivers. And always, we pit the first place qualifier against the 16th place qualifier. And the higher qualifier will always lead first. So as these drivers come out and you're looking at them and I tell you who's battling who, and you're wondering who's going to come first, it's always going to be the higher qualifier, meaning if it's first versus 16th, the first place qualifier will lead first, and he'll be in our left-hand lane, closer to our left, the driver's right. That is the lead lane. If there's a driver in that left lane, our left, as I said, that driver's going to be leading first, and the other driver will be chasing. After the first half of the battle, both drivers will make it right back to the line, switch positions, and then the lead driver will have a chance to chase, and the chase driver will have a chance to lead. The driver that does it best will advance on. Okay, it looks like I just got word that our 8th place qualifier, Zach Ferris, is suffering some kind of mechanical failure, and he is out of competition. That is a shame. Zach Ferris coming to us from the OKC. He was in the Holley Simpson Racing C6 Corvette. He said he liked to party, but I guess he was partying a little too hard. Unfortunately, Zach Ferris is going to have to bow out of competition, which will give Grant Anderson from Danbury, Connecticut, the victory, because that was his battle. So 8th place qualifier, Zach Ferris, is out of competition, basically handing our 9th place qualifier, Grant Anderson, the victory. So you won't see Zach Ferris in the parade lap. So that's very unfortunate. Hopefully all the other vehicles hold together. Don't make me a liar.
I mean, we'll see how it goes. Anything can happen.
Yeah, we've seen it several times. Good things and bad things.
I mean, it's quite possible he may want to try to enter the competition with a different vehicle. I mean, I don't even know if that's even an option, but we've seen it happen before.
Yeah, I think the rules for the Tire Streets Drift Challenge, it's a competition, but it's more like a friendly competition. It's not a points race. It's not a series championship. It's really, a lot of it's for bragging rights. And I think one of the main purposes of us being here today, not just for the drivers, but also for the fans. We want to build new drift fans. We want to show people what drifting is like. A lot of people that I've met today and yesterday have never seen drifting live. So a lot of people are excited to see drifting live for the first time. And this is a great place to do it, especially this track. This is a high-speed course. I mean, this is a real deal Holyfield right here. These drivers, we see the pro circuit run the same layout, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. These guys are booking it. They're really going fast. I do also want to remind you folks that once we begin this competition, there will be no more pauses in action. Lord willing, there's no accidents. We could just keep going. So once we start the top 16 battles, we're going all the way till we get a winner, and then we'll bring the top drivers up front and announce the winners. and see who's going to be able to take those bragging rights home to be the 2023 Tire Streets Drift Challenge champion at the Texas Motor Speedway at LS Fest, Texas. All right, looks like we're about to send these drivers for a parade lap. So out first, the first driver is going to be our number one qualifier, and that's the owner of 144 Print House and his Nissan 240SX. He said his son Indy is out here cheering him on, and only 8 months old. I'm sure that's a future drift champion in the making. He's coming to us from Denton, Texas. It's going to be Nate Hamilton, our number one qualifier. Then we're going to have our 16th qualifier, which is going to do battle against Nate Hamilton. He's going to be coming to us from Frisco, Texas. He's in that LS-powered Mazda RX-7. He said he's the non-sponsored underdog, and he's going to be battling Nate Hamilton. That's going to be Jason Buchanan. Next up, there's our 9th place qualifier coming from Danbury, Connecticut in a BMW E36, the Valvoline G-Technique vehicle of Grant Anderson. He's going to be battling the 8th place qualifier from OKC with the Holley Simpson Racing C6 Corvette. Actually, Zach Ferris, he's not going to be battling. That's the driver that is unfortunately unable to continue. Our 5th place qualifier from OKC also in the Tire Streets Sparky built Nissan 240SX. He says, work hard and set your mind to it, Reno Patrick. 12th place qualifier from Dallas, Texas in the Tire Streets Accelera BC Racing 240SX. Was told to join the party, Mad Max Furious, our 13th place qualifier. He said, unlike the vacuum cleaner, he doesn't suck, Zach Dyson. Our 4th place qualifier from Houston, Texas, in the Renspec Wraps Holley Redline Oil Chevy Corvette, Kevin Gorky. 3rd place qualifier, Jack Davis in the BMW E36. Our 4th place qualifier, coming from Garland, Texas, Arthur Crastens. Our 11th place qualifier from Coral Springs originally, now in Houston, Texas, is Greg Kimotek. Then our 6th place qualifier from Austin, Texas, in a Sparky built Nissan 240SX, says he loves LS Fest, is Josh McGuire. And then from Tucson, Arizona, in the 41 Motorsports Fuel Suspension 240SX, said he's self-built, self-driven. Javi Martinez qualified 7th. He'll be battling against the 10th place qualifier from Louisville, Texas, in the Yellow Speed Racing Kansai Wheels 240SX, says he's driven by passion, Eugene Fagelman. And the last 2 drivers, our 15th place qualifier from Moore, Texas, they call him Brandingo. Brandon, the Kid Carter, with that Simpson Racing Holley Performance Nissan 240. And then finally, our 2nd place qualifier from Claiborne, Texas, in that Fortune Auto Tire Streets 240SX, said his plans of victory are to do a big burnout, is Jake Wise, rounding out the pack. Those are your top 16 drivers, folks. And our first set of drivers, our first battle will be Nate Hamilton, our number one qualifier, versus Jason Buchanan. And this is going to be a time for crowd participation. I'll give you guys a cue. We're going to try to get a little inspiration to these drivers to send it. If you guys aren't familiar with drifting, haven't been around drifting, send it is kind of like the term we use, right? Full send it. Basically saying, don't hold back. Just let it rip. So let these drivers set up in just a bit. You're going to see the drivers at the end of the track doing a little burnout in the burnout box, getting their tires all warmed up. Since I got a moment, I'm going to go over the track layout. If you look down the track, as I mentioned before, the higher qualifier, in this case, will be Nate Hamilton. He will lead first. Jason Buchanan will be in our right side. He's going to chase first. There is the first green cone on the left side. That is going to be the initiation cone. Drivers need to be sideways initiated in drift by that cone. then immediately hitting the first inside cone, inside clip, transitioning, second inside clip, then full throttle. They got to mash that freaking pedal all the way through the floorboard to get from the first outside zone, transitioning into that second outer zone. Immediately after that second outside zone gets a little tricky because there's an inside clip. That's the third and final inside clip. And then it's just balls to the wall all the way through the sweeper through that third and final outer zone. The drivers that can do that the best will advance on, taking out their competitor. I am getting where the judges are ready to go, just trying to get those drivers up to the start line. Yeah, there you go. Oh, he's driving. Did he steal that car? I didn't even know you're allowed to go that way.
He's driving it like he stole it, so.
Yeah. Well, he didn't ram the fence, so lame.
All right, so getting word from the judges that we're still going to continue on with our first battle, but the second battle may potentially be skipped.
Right, because Zach Ferris had to bow out of competition due to mechanical failure, essentially handing Grant Anderson a bye run, the victory. So it's still scheduled. Our first battle will be the #1 qualifier of the 144 Printhouse Nissan 240SX from Denton, Texas. Will be Nate Hamilton. He will lead first, and then he will battle the 16th place qualifier from Frisco, Texas. Says he's a non-sponsored underdog, Jason Buchanan, in his white Mazda RX-7. So some of the things I want you guys to look for, new fans out there, as I mentioned before, we have inside clips and outer zones. The drivers have to get as close to those markers as possible. The lead driver's responsibility. Okay, it's very important to understand what the responsibility is. It helps people understand what the judges look for. Lead driver responsibility is to put down a 100-point qualifying run. It means being on the clips, in the zones, nice, smooth transitions, aggressive driving, staying at angle, meaning if you initiate at angle, you transition at angle. We don't want to see bobbles. We want to see very minimal steering corrections, very minimal corrections at all to get that, try to achieve that 100-point qualifying run. Now, the chase driver's responsibility is to utilize that lead driver as a mobile clipping point, meaning if the lead driver goes offline, he goes offline. If the lead driver's on a great line, he's got to be on that great line. We want to see him transitioning together, fluid, mimicking that lead driver, but at the same time, that chase driver cannot impede the lane or the track at all trying to pass the chase. The chase driver can't pass the lead driver. We're not looking for, unless the lead driver goes way off course, then that's different. If the lead driver spins, then it is 0. Chase driver will move on. But you know what? I need a little crowd participation. So as I mentioned before, we like to say the word send it. So maybe I can get you guys to let the line workers down there, let them know that we're ready for competition. You guys ready for the competition? That's what, you guys are a great crowd, beautiful crowd. Okay, I want you guys to shout, send it, send it, send it. Louder, send it, send it, send it, send it, send it. Yeah, all right, there we go. I think you guys could have done a little better, but that's all right. Here we go. Nate Hamilton out front in the 144 print house Nissan 240SX. Going against Jason Buchanan, and we are officially starting the top 16 competition in this Tire Streets Drift Challenge. Nate Hamilton way out front, dropping a tire. Wow, there we go. Unfortunately, Jason kind of straightened out in that chase position. Nate Hamilton in the zones, on the clips, ripping around that outer zone number 3. Jason Buchanan trying to catch up, not doing a bad job. Wow, that's exciting. Oh, what a way to start off this competition. Now both drivers are going to make their way to the start line. So here, this is now one of those situations where a lot of horsepower in a fast car makes it a little difficult to chase that slower driver. So it takes a lot of skill and technique to be able to chase a slower driver in these higher horsepower vehicles. You're gonna see sometimes when the lower horsepower vehicle's going around and you can see that chase driver surging forward, dropping back, surging forward, dropping back. Well, we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. Jason Buchanan from Frisco, Texas, the non-sponsored underdog in his white Mazda RX-7, is now going to lead. And Nate Hamilton in that 144 print house, Nissan 240SX, says the son Indy, eight months old, is cheering him on from the stands. He's coming to us from Denton, Texas, local boy, crowd favorite. And here we go. Working their way down the straight. Jason out front, Nate right there behind him. Nate almost initiating on the back bumper of Jason. Jason doing a good job in that lead position, filling out the zones. Nate Hamilton straightening out a little bit there. That's interesting. Both drivers now into that final sweeper. Oh, Jason, little bobble there, but both cars staying in drift. That's going to be interesting to see who gets the win here.
Yeah, taking a look back, it just seems like right before the sweeper, at the start of the sweeper, Nate Hamilton struggling to keep the car in drift, making a major correction on his part, giving an advantage over to the lead driver, but let's see what's going to happen as the judges figure this out.
I believe Nate Hamilton gets the win. Nate Hamilton gets the win. Nate Hamilton taking out Jason Buchanan will advance on. So I'm not sure, are we going to see a buy run from Grant Anderson? Okay, so the next, it's just going to be a solo run. Zach Ferris, unfortunately, suffering mechanical failure, essentially handing the victory over to Grant Anderson. Grant Anderson is going to be basically getting a buy run. Oh, they are? Okay, so I'm getting word that Zach may not be out of the competition. Looks like they're going to try to allow him to fix his vehicle. So that's pretty huge right there. So we may see Zach Ferris, if he can get that vehicle fixed, he may battle out against Grant Anderson. So I assume we're going to go into the next battle between Reno Patrick and Mac Furist. Reno Patrick qualifying 5th, coming to us from OKC in the Tire Streets Sparky-built Nissan 240SX. He said, work hard and set your mind to it, and it can be done. That was our 5th place qualifier. He's going to be battling out against our 12th place qualifier from Dallas, Texas, in the Tire Streets Accelera Tire BC Racing Nissan 240SX. When we asked Max Furious, how come he came to LS Fest? He said he was told to come join the party. So Max Furious has been pretty exciting to watch him battle it out round after round in practice.
All right, cars are hot. We have Reno getting ready against Max.
All right, here we go. Out front, the higher qualifier Reno in that blue Nissan 240SX, doing a good job. Nice speed, Max trying to catch up. Can he apply the pressure to Reno in that chase position? Max Furious trying to cut the line a little bit to try to gain that proximity, to dive in the pocket of Reno Patrick. Doing a good job at the end trying to close that gap. That's one of the things that we're looking for, right? We want to see these drivers tire to tire, door to door, bumper to bumper around the course. So this is a higher speed course, makes things a little more difficult. So these drivers may utilize different techniques like cutting the line to try to shorten the track, to try to dive in the pocket, apply that pressure. Ideally, the chase driver wants to apply pressure to the lead driver, maybe to force a mistake. Looks like both drivers working their way back up to the line. Max Furist, he's running a Holley Terminator, several Holley parts. Said he was told to come join the party, so he's excited to be out here. And then Reno Patrick said anyone can do it if you work hard and put your mind to it. Both drivers initiate. Max Furist out front, nice initiation. Reno much closer this time around, trying to apply that pressure. Both drivers initiate or transitioning into that final. Whoa! Look at Reno diving on the door of Max Furist. Give it up to Reno Patrick.
Give it up.
Yeah, man, that was a good chase run. And it looks like Reno Patrick's getting the win. Reno Patrick is going to advance on, take it out Max Furist. So he's going to advance on to the next portion of the battle. Unfortunately, Max Furist is going to have to call it a weekend. Our next battle should be Zach Dyson, our 13th place qualifier, versus Kevin Gorky. Drivers down there warming up their tires. Kevin Gorky coming to us from Houston, Texas. Says he's got a ton of Holley parts. And he said Renspec is your solution for your vehicle wrap and signage needs. I'm assuming he owns that company. He said if he wins, Kevin's going to spend it on the dudes that help him get here. And, of course, spend money on tires to keep him going. Used to run a 2JZ, making that transition over to the LS platform, and it seems to be serving him well. But here we go, both drivers making their way down the straight. Wow, look at it, there we go, nice. On the throttle, working his way through the course, both cars transitioning. Oh! Oh, man. Oh, no, 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 no. You know, Kevin Gorky able to pull off a full pull. Unfortunately, Zach Dyson spinning out, and I had to create a tagline for him, and I'm not sure it fits with it right now. It said, unlike the vacuum, he doesn't suck, but right now, unfortunately, he's I'm not going to say anything else. Zach Dyson, pressure's on now. Zach Dyson's going to be out front. He's got to put down a stellar lead run and just hope that Kevin Gorky makes some sort of mistake that might be able to force it to one more time. But Kevin's been pretty consistent throughout this weekend, so I don't see that happen, but we've seen crazier things happen in the past. And away they go. Zach out front. Can he run that perfect lead line? Doing a great job, but Kevin Gorky has the advantage, but he's still trying to get door to door with Zach Dyson around that sweeper. Give it up for Kevin Gorky. Wow, that was, that's what I like to see. Kevin Gorky had the advantage, right? We know Zach Dyson spun out, essentially almost handing the victory over to Kevin, but Kevin, he's not going to give the judges a chance to even, second guess it.
Getting official word that Kevin Gorky in the green Corvette gets the win.
All right, Kevin from Houston, Texas, and that Renspec Wraps Holley Performance Redline Oil Chevy Corvette is one step closer to spending some money on his dudes. Our next battle is going to be Jack Davis versus Arthur Crestons. Arthur Crestons from Garland, Texas, rocking an LQ4, about 400 horsepower. He's been doing pretty good, though. It doesn't seem like an underpowered driver whatsoever. He's coming to us from Garland, Texas, as I mentioned, that proper auto body, AWD tuning, Nissan 240SX, and away they go. Wow, Jack Davis out front, gapping Arthur. Arthur trying to close that gap as they make their way through that sweeper. Arthur trying to gain ground, but unfortunately it looks like Jack Davis is just, wow, taking him to Gapplebee's for endless gappetizers. It's interesting, we get to catch up with some of these drivers and ask them some questions. Don't really know where Jack Davis is from. Unfortunately, didn't be able to get to talk to him, so we say he's from parts unknown in that BMW E36. When we talked to Arthur Crestons, he said his wife is the best. Oh, how sweet. Arthur, I'm sure your wife is very proud. Also, he has a son out there at Wells that he said he's going to train up to be a pro drifter in the future, so the legacy will live on. But first, Arthur has to get past Jack Davis, and Jack Davis has been a force to be reckoned with. I mean, he's been on fire all weekend. All right, Arthur out front. Jack going to give chase. Jack not too far behind Arthur. Both drivers making away. Arthur making a little correction. Look at Davis almost right there with them, side by side as they make their way through that sweeper. But Arthur's doing a good drive. Whoa, look at Zach. Look at Davis diving in. Jack Davis applying that pressure. Good Lord. Qualifier Arthur Crestons, or will it be the third place qualifier, Jack Davis?
Getting word, Jack Davis.
Jack Davis gets the win from parts unknown in that BMW E36, a man of mystery. Unfortunately, Arthur Crestons, he's going to have to call it a weekend. Our next battle, formerly from Coral Springs, now living in Houston, is going to be Greg Kimotek in a Tire Streets Renspec Nissan 240SX. He was our 11th place qualifier. He's going to be battling Josh McGuire from Austin, Texas in a Sparky-built Nissan 240SX. Josh McGuire said he loves LS Fest. He says, I love me some LS Fest. And Greg said he does media. He's media for hire. So if you're looking for somebody to do some media coverage, Greg Kimotek, reach out to him in the pits. Hey, shameless plugs, right? They have to fund their program somehow. This ain't cheap. The sixth place, the higher qualifier being Josh McGuire will lead first, and Greg will give chase. And hopefully Zach is getting his car fixed because he's only has 2 more battles to go before he's going to have to call it, whether he can advance on or not. So fingers are crossed. Hopefully the team's working feverishly to get Zach's car back up. But right now, It's Greg versus Josh. Josh out front, Greg giving chase. Josh, nice initiation. Wow, full throttle, nice speed. Whoa, dropping a tire, picking up that front tire. Both cars transitioning through that second outer zone. Both drivers full throttle. Give it up for Greg trying to apply that pressure, but Josh McGuire, what a lead run. Losing a bumper, that's fine. You don't need that. They have spares. Greg Kimotek said he doesn't really have any Holley burn on his vehicle, but he's looking for a deal. So Holley, if you're looking at him and you like the way he drives, maybe you can help the man out. Greg's about 450 horsepower. Josh McGuire sitting around Josh McGuire actually around 800 horsepower. Wow, so Josh McGuire with a Sparky built Nissan 240SX, about 800 horsepower. And he said SparkyBuilt.com, the leader in steering rack rebuild, services all makes and models. So, hey, if you have steering rack problems, you may want to check them out, Sparky Built. Gonna have a good time and not destroy his car. There's no guarantees out here, I'll tell you that. So now both drivers change positions. Now Greg is going to lead. Josh is going to give chase. Seemed like a pretty even battle. So will Josh be able to apply that pressure to Greg and take him out, or will Josh make a mistake? Who knows? Greg coming from our hometown area of South Florida, making them move to Houston, Texas. I guess he got tired of the humidity. Well, here we go. Greg out front, Josh giving chase. Nice initiation by Greg. Both cars going through that first two inside clips. Wow, look at Greg, full throttle. Josh has got some ground to make up. Can Josh take out Greg? Now he's starting to dive into the pocket, but is it too little too late? Oh man, that's, I don't want to be a judge now. Oh man, that was a tough one. Josh McGuire from Austin, Texas, or Greg Kimotek from Houston, Texas. Any word from the judges there, Ben?
No, nothing yet.
Okay, well, we shall see. One more time, one more again. I like who said one more time. That's what you guys want. They just shout one more time, one more time, one more time, one more time. No pressure, judges, no pressure.
Still waiting?
The suspense is killing me. I hope it lasts.
Well, both drivers had issues on both of their runs, so it's not that simple. You have to really kind of pinpoint and nitpick all of the little details.
I have a feeling it's going to be booze either way.
All right. Yep, got word that Greg gets the win.
Greg Kimotek, wow, taking out our sixth-place qualifier and Josh McGuire. Hats off to Greg Kimotek from Houston, Texas, and that Tire Streets Renspec Nissan 240SX. Like I said, he does media for hire, so if you're looking for somebody to do some media for you, check him out in the pits. Our next battle is going to be Javi Martinez from Tucson, Arizona, in that 41 Motorsports Field Suspension Nissan 240SX. Says it's self-built, self-driven, and ready for battle. He's going to be battling against Eugene Fagelman. He's from Louisville, Texas, in the Yellow Speed Racing, Tensei Wheels, Nissan 240SX. Said he's driven by passion. So this is going to be an interesting battle. Both drivers have been doing excellent. Eugene, his Nissan 240SX is a little different. It kind of doubles as like a JDM El Camino. It's a Nissan 240SX truck style. So you'll see it as he makes his way throughout the course.
Never thought of it that way.
Yeah, it's like
it works
JD and El
out.
Camino, right? No,
You go out to the parts store, pick up your parts with your own vehicle.
Yeah, you could. Absolutely. Javi Martinez, as I said, self-built, self-driven. It looks like a show car, but it's built for battle. It's got many years of experience. But he's not going to have it easy with battling out against Eugene Fagelman. Both drivers eager to take home that title of LS Fest Texas 2023 champion. Javi Martinez being a higher qualifier, he will lead first. Eugene Fagelman, qualified 10th, he will chase first. And then, as I mentioned before, they'll head back to the line and hit the track again. And we are very close. Only 2 or 3 more battles before we're done with our top 16. We go right in, but I can hear engines coming down the course. And all right, we got Javi Martinez out front. Nice initiation. But Eugene right there with them. Javi trying to pull away, but full throttle. Look at, whoa, Eugene diving in for the attack in the chase position. Both drivers making their way throughout the sweeper. Eugene kind of shallow there, trying to gain that proximity. Whoa! Javi Martinez was it, I don't know, do you think that he saw Eugene in his passenger side window and maybe scared him off the track? I don't know what's going on there. Doesn't matter, both drivers got to make their way back to the start line to do the second half of the battle. Now Eugene is going to have a chance to lead, and Javi Martinez will give chase. So after this battle, there's one more battle that would have rounded out the top 16, but we still have the second battle between Grant Anderson and Zach Ferris. The judges and the track officials, as well as Grant Anderson, allowing Zach to get as much time as possible to fix his vehicle. So hopefully he's able to make those repairs and not just bow out of competition because of mechanical failure, but actually battle for the spot. Like I said, the second half of the battle right now, Javi Martinez giving chase. Eugene Fagelman out front. Eugene, nice job. Initiation. Wow, Eugene on the throttle. Look at that, gapping Javi Martinez. Javi Martinez has got a lot of ground to make up. Give it up for Eugene Fagelman. Wow. Wow, that was good job by Eugene. Javi Martinez not doing himself any favors by going off course. Oh, I'm getting pointed at. I'm going to have to be escorted off track possibly.
Careful there. But just so you know, Eugene Fagelman gets the win.
Eugene Fagelman taking out Javi Martinez. Some could say Javi kind of took himself out by going off course. But nonetheless, Eugene Fagelman's going to advance on to the next portion of competition. Our next battle is going to be our 15th place qualifier from Moore, Texas. Brandon Carter, they call him Brandingo, sponsored by Carter Engines and Simpson Racing and Holley as well. He's going to go against the second place qualifier from Cleburne, Texas. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Sponsored by Fortune Auto Tire Streets and that Nissan 240SX. Jake Wise. Jake Wise said his victory plan is to do a big burnout. He wants to do a big burnout. Here, hold it. Well, that ain't any good. It ain't, that's for sure. You mean Predator's not made by Chevy? No, it's got gas. Oh, I didn't even think about that. No. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, we're back in business. All that in between runs, not too bad. Yeah. Where were we? Those of you guys that are watching the live stream, we just had the generator fail, so I had to take a moment to try to start it, and it did start, thank goodness. All right, it's Jake Wise versus Brandon Brandingo Carter. I can already tell Jake Wise is in that lead lane on our left side, on our left, qualifying second. Our 15th place qualifier, Brandon Carter, is he going to be able to take him out? Well, I don't know. We'll see. Here we go. Both cars screaming down the straight. Nice initiation by Jake Wise on the throttle. Brandon's got to try to apply pressure, but Jake Wise doing a great job fending off the attack, taking out a couple cone markers. But look at a smoke show of Jake Wise around that sweeper. Brandon doing everything he can to hold on. I'm out of shape. I'm like, I'm huffing. It's all that In-N-Out burger and Buc-ee's I've been having all weekend. I almost had Whataburger because, you know, it's right there. All right, both drivers are going to make their way back up to the start line. Jake Wise is going to give chase. Brandon Carter is going to lead. So basically the way this works out, you know, it does seem that Jake Wise would have the advantage right now. But anything can happen. We've seen it over and over again. It ain't over yet. Brandon Carter coming to us from Moore, Oklahoma. Jake Wise from Coborn, Texas. Jake Wise at about 600 horsepower. The Brandingo about 450 horsepower. Brandon said if he wins, he's going to get some fresh socks. It's not a bad. That's not. Those are goals. You know, you set the bar and you just fresh socks, new pair of shoes, maybe some underwear. I don't know. I guess technically it's all up from there, right? Somebody got it. As like I said, there's about 150 to 200 horsepower difference between these two vehicles, so not too much. Horsepower really shouldn't play an issue in this next bout, in this next half of this battle. Brandon definitely has it in him. Jake Wise has just been really on fire this weekend. Here we go. Both drivers making their way down the track. Brandon out front. Look at Jake trying to apply that pressure. Wow, Brandon pulling away for a second. Whoa, look at Jake reeling him in. Wow, Jake all over Brandon through that sweeper. Give it up for whoa. Yeah, that's what we want to see. That's what I want to see. Give it up for Jake Wise. Man, that's wow. Take my breath away. Good job, Jake Wise. Brandon Carter doing everything he can, putting down a solid lead run. But Jake Wise just in that rocket ship, diving in the pocket and almost pushing Brandon off the course.
And it's official. Jake Wise gets the win.
Jake Wise gets the win. Now I need to know, are we going into that battle between Grant Anderson and Zach Ferris? Hopefully we can get word from the track officials. Was Zach able to repair his vehicle? Zach Ferris coming to us from OKC in a Holley Racing, Simpson Racing C6 vet. He qualified 8th, so this would be a great battle if Zach can get his car together It's the 8th place qualifier versus the 9th place qualifier. I don't know.
The other drone? All the way over there.
Apparently we have a drone that should not be up in the air. I got word if you do not bring that drone down, it will be shot down. This is Texas. This is Texas. You get one chance. So if you got a drone and you can hear me, you better take it down. You better take it down. Yeah, or the drone pilot, and he's very experienced. He's got like 16 drones here, so he doesn't mind losing one. If you have a drone in the air, you need to take it down ASAP. Well, the judges are leaving the tower. I'm not sure what that means. I see some fingers pointing. Man,
they're going to go
has
ahead.
a really long antenna. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're going to go set up the lights on the track.
Okay.
Last thing we need is for the drivers to be driving blind throughout the course.
All right, as you heard, they're going to go around and turn all the lights on because the sun is starting to set. Now it starts to get interesting. These drivers are going to go back out on this course that is ever changing. As the course starts to cool down, it actually gets stickier a lot of times. Some people, it's just kind of that oil that's kind of on top of the track that was all from beaten from the sun on. It kind of seeps back down into the concrete, and it actually gets grippier at night. So some of these drivers, last time they drove it, they were familiar with how it is, but the track conditions are going to change, and visibility is going to go down. And I don't know if you've seen these vehicles, but they got a lot of dirt and dust on those windshields. Doesn't make it easy to navigate your way, not just through the course at night, but through a trail of smoke from the lead driver. So it's going to be interesting to see how this night plays out. Did we get any word if Grant Anderson and Zach Ferris are going to battle? Those of you guys that are joining us online, like I said, I'm kind of doing double duty, so I got to talk to the crowd and you guys without anybody knowing I'm talking to you guys. So it makes it a little tricky, but hey, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you guys can share the love, spread the love. Please comment, good, bad, or ugly. We may ignore it if it's too ugly, but I don't know. Let's see. What's the official word? Yeah, as I was mentioning, those of you guys watching us live, it's been interesting. Trying to do dual duty with an undercover live stream here. We appreciate you guys that are watching. Hopefully, I may dumb down some of the terminology and everything. My goal is to educate the fans that are here. A lot of new drifting fans that have never seen drifting live. So my goal, I tell the drivers and everybody when I do announcing, is I want to educate those new fans because that's what we want to do. We want to build a fan base. But it looks like we got some word back from the judges. What's going on, Ben?
Yeah, sorry about that. It's just a little crazy. But got word that Zach is forfeiting. He had some mechanical issues. He tried to get it sorted out, but he couldn't. So that gives Grant Anderson the win, and he moves on to the top 8.
Well, I'm sure it was a valiant effort from not just Zach Ferris, but also his team to try to get that vehicle fixed in time. But unfortunately, he was not. So that means Grant Anderson is going to advance on. So now I'm going to try to look, see if I can get the updated bracket. So it does look, as we make our way into the top 8 battles, Nate Hamilton will battle Grant Anderson. Unfortunately, Zach Ferris not able to repair his vehicle. Then the second battle will be Reno Patrick versus Kevin Gorky. After that, the fourth battle of the top 8 will be Jack Davis versus Greg Kimotek. Then the final battle of the top 8 will be Eugene Fagelman versus Jake Wise. That is going to be a great battle. So just hang on there, folks. We're going to get this track set up, get these judges back up in the judges' tower, ready to judge these last battles here. See some intense discussion going on here.
All right, so Grant Anderson is up to the line for his bye run.
So he's going to do a solo bye run?
Yeah, he's going to do a solo bye run. He's one of these individuals that we mentioned earlier that he has some merchandise to offer for sale over at the Drift Pits. So be sure to not only check out his vehicle, but also the products he has to offer.
Yeah, Grant Anderson coming to us from Danbury, Connecticut. Rocking a Holley Terminator Sniper Nitrous system. When we asked him why LS, he said good power, easy, and parts are readily available. And of course, reliability. That is Grant Anderson. Unfortunately, he was supposed to battle Zach Ferris. Zach not able to repair his vehicle. Grant Anderson in a 1997 BMW E36, sponsored by Valvoline and G Technique. So I do believe our first battle should be Nate Hamilton versus Grant Anderson. Is that correct, guys? Can't quite see from here. All right, looks like our next battle is actually going to be Reno Patrick versus Kevin Gorky. And here they go, making their way down the straight. Both drivers, nice initiation. Wow. Gorky out front doing a great job in a lead position. Whoa! Almost spinning out in a chase position.
Whoa there.
My goodness. That was a little shaky there. Reno Patrick's got to get it dialed in. Nonetheless, Gorky doing a good job out front, laying down a nice solid lead line. Now both drivers going to make their way back up to the start line. Reno Patrick, our 5th place qualifier, against Kevin Gorky, our 4th place qualifier, which we see quite often, how the qualifying order ends up giving you a little sample of exactly what you're going to see later on in competition. All the drivers in the top 8 except for 2 qualified in the top 8. Nonetheless, here we go. Reno Patrick out front. Gorky going to try to apply that pressure. There we go. Reno doing a nice job in the lead position. No, look at him throw all that angle past that second outer zone. Seemed like it
caused Gorky to break up a little bit there and allow Reno to pull forward. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Reno Patrick or Kevin Gorky? Reno Patrick from OKC. He's only rocking about 325 horsepower. But he definitely has some good advice. Anyone can do this if you work hard and put your mind to it. So, who will it be? Will it be Reno Patrick in the Tire Street Sparky built 240SX? Or will it be Kevin Gorky in that Rent-Spec wrap Chevy Corvette?
All right, got word. Kevin
Gorky? Kevin Gorky gets the win.
in the green Corvette.
Nice. Kevin Gorky in that green and black Rent-Spec wrap Chevy Corvette. So he's going to advance on. See if we're going to get the details on our next battle.
All right, coming up next, we have the battle we were talking about. Nate Hamilton up against Grant Anderson.
This is going to be a good battle to watch. Our number one qualifier, Nate Hamilton, in that 144 print house Nissan 240SX. He's going to be going up against Grant Anderson. Grant Anderson kind of got handed the win. So we'll see how this is going to be. This is actually his first 10 battle of the competition. Grant Anderson coming from Danbury, Connecticut, making the drive all the way over to Texas at about 470 horsepower in that BMW E36, but that thing's been a rocket. So Nate Hamilton, he's going to have his work cut out for him, that's for sure. Nate Hamilton, being the higher qualifier, will lead first. Grant Anderson will give chase first. Grant Anderson qualifying ninth in that Valvoline G-Technique BMW E36. As you can see, Nate Hamilton in that left lane. Grant Anderson warming up his tires. It's very important that drivers get those tires scrubbed in so they have the traction they're expecting. And it looks like away they go. Nate Hamilton out front. Nice initiation on the edge of the track. Grant Anderson almost right there with him. Nate trying to pull away. Can Grant reel him in as they make their way through that second outer zone? Grant diving in for whoa! Grant diving in for the attack. Trying to apply that pressure to Nate Hamilton. Nate Hamilton started to pull away at the end. Give it up for Nate Hamilton and Grant Anderson. Serious battle. Serious battle. Nate Hamilton, local boy from Denton, Texas. Family business, 144 print house. Check him out. He's got his 8-month-old son, Indy, cheering him on. Future drifter in the making, I'm sure. I'm sure he's already got him drifting in Power Wheels by the time he's 2 years old. He's probably already drifting him around in the stroller. And drifting is, one thing about drifting, it's an all-age sport. I've seen drivers as young as 12 years old and drivers as old as 67. I met a driver that started drifting when he was 64 years old, so it's never too late. Never too late. Here we go. Both drivers making their way down the course. Grant Anderson out front. Nate has got to apply that pressure. Can he take it? Whoa, look at Grant Anderson. Grant Anderson gapping Nate Hamilton. Oh my goodness, I was not expecting that. But Grant Anderson just pulling away. Nate trying to dive in at the last minute for the attack. Wow. Wow. That was definitely unexpected. Nate Hamilton has been on fire in practice. But to see Grant Anderson pull away like that, yeah. Nate Hamilton like that, that was pretty impressive. So we'll try to get a word back from the judges. Will Grant Anderson take out the number one qualifier? I don't know about that one. I mean, I'm sure we like to see it. I don't know. I'm glad I'm not a judge. We shall see.
Still no word?
After this battle, we only have 2 more battles to make our way through the top 8. And then we get into the final 4. Once again, thank you guys for joining us at the Holley LS Fest, Texas. Brought to you by eBay Motors. This is the Tire Streets Drift Challenge here at the lovely Texas Motor Speedway. And the weather has been phenomenal. The driving has been excellent. We've seen, the car show is awesome. Got the Holley trolley helping people, helping their feet so they don't have to walk as much. Hop on that Holley trolley, take you all the way out to, we need what? Okay, we need security or EMS? Security. We need security down to the end of the track here. Apparently there's... What's going on? What did she say?
Yeah, we need security.
Security down to the end of the track, please. Security down to the end of the track.
Somebody's letting people onto the track. They've got an old guy down there starting to...
All right. Can we get on security? Where'd security go? Security, there's one there. We need to get down to the end of the track. We have people walking on the track down here. So if we get security down to the end of the track here, and they're harassing our media. Guys, this is about having fun. Oh. All right, you guys got one more time. That's a one more time battle. What do I know? One more time battle. But we're going to go ahead and go on to the next battle. And hopefully we can get this sorted out down here.
Next battle is Jack Davis against Greg Chemotech.
So apparently there people get on the track. And go see that lady right there? Wave it, Nieko. Sorry for the distraction. Guys on the live stream, things are getting a little crazy out here. People in Texas getting serious. Good Lord, people get on the track? This is interesting. This is Texas.
They get rowdy.
Yeah, rowdy. One time for the rodeo. Anyways.
Jack Davis is going to lead. Greg is going to give chase.
Jack Davis qualifying 3rd. Greg Chemotech qualifying 11th. Both drivers are doing a great job out here this weekend. Here they go, making their way down the straight. Jack Davis out front. Nice initiation. Greg right there with them. Wow. That's exciting right there. Can Greg dial in Jack Davis? Whoa! Look at Greg applying the pressure to Jack Davis. That was a nice attack there from Greg Chemotech in the chase position. But Jack Davis has been very consistent putting down solidly run. So we're going to see how that plays out. Greg Chemotech, like I said, originally from Coral Springs, now living in Houston, Texas, in the Tire Streets Brent Spec Nissan 240SX. Says he's media for hire. Check him out in the pits. Jack Davis. I don't really have much on him. I just say parts unknown in that BMW E36. But he's definitely making himself known. Qualifying 3rd. Not too shabby. I don't know. Do we got to call the regulators?
Possibly.
All right, here we go. Back on the track is Jack Davis versus Greg Chemotech. Look at Greg out front. No, Davis trying to catch up. Greg doing a great job in that lead position, but whoa! Look at Jack diving in the door of Greg. Whoa. Look at that. Give it up for these drivers. Jack Davis, what a chase run. What a chase run. But you got to give it up for Greg Chemotech. I mean, he's putting the car where it needs to be. He's allowing Jack to get confident, dive in the pocket. Great run from both drivers. Greg putting down such a stellar lead run, allowing Jack to get aggressive in the chase position. Hats off to both drivers.
Jack Davis gets the win.
There you go. Jack Davis gets the win. Jack Davis in that BMW E36 is going to advance on. And then I'm assuming we're going into the next battle of Eugene Fagelman, our 10th place qualifier, versus Jake Wise, our 2nd place qualifier. And that'll round out. I believe that rounds out our grade 8. But don't go anywhere because we're just going to keep going until we get a winner. Jake Wise rocking about 600 horsepower. Eugene about 611-ish. I mean, that's an interesting number, but so it's fairly even on paper as far as horsepower. Oh, okay. All right, scratch that. Rewind. We're going back to the one more time battle between Nate Hamilton and Grant Anderson. Sorry, Grant Anderson versus Nate Hamilton. This is the one more time battle. Nate Hamilton will lead first. Grant Anderson from Danbury, Connecticut will give chase first in that Valvoline G-Technique BMW E36. I can't walk. Okay. All right, looks like the driver's locked and loaded, ready to go. Right now, we're going to see Nate Hamilton versus Grant Anderson. This is that one more time battle you guys called. I didn't call it. I blew that one. All right, looks like away they go, making their way down the straight. Nate Hamilton out front. Grant Anderson giving chase. Both drivers initiating. Grant Anderson so close. He's in the cloud. Nate Hamilton full throttle. Grant Anderson going to reel him in through this outer zone. Wow, both drivers doing a great job through that sweeper. Nate Hamilton, nice smoke show, but not phasing Grant Anderson whatsoever. Grant Anderson trying to get in that pocket. Nate Hamilton doing a good job fending off the attack. But both drivers doing a great job. Now they're going to go back to the line and they're going to change position. Grant Anderson will now lead. Nate Hamilton will give chase. Nate Hamilton at 144 Print House, hometown hero, Denton, Texas. Gave us great recommendations for coffee and food downtown Denton. We were able to go check that out yesterday. Maybe head back out there tonight. As getting tired of Buc-ee's and In-N-Out. But Whataburger, you know, well, you know what they say, Whataburger, it's right there. But I don't know. Trying to take advantage. We don't have a Buc-ee's down where I live, and we don't have an In-N-Out burger. So I eat enough of it when I go away to get sick of it and last me for a few months. And then right back at it again. All right, both drivers back at the line. Grant Anderson gonna lead. Nate Hamilton in that 144 Print House Nissan 240SX. He's gonna give chase. Who will it be? This is a one more time battle between these two drivers. And the sun is starting to set over Texas Motor Speedway. All right, I see both drivers locked and loaded at the line, getting ready to send them. Here we go. Who will it be? In this one more time battle, Grant Anderson or Nate Hamilton. Both drivers, Grant Anderson, great job in initiation. Both drivers almost side by side through that first outside zone. Transitioning, Nate Hamilton trying to dive in for the attack. Grant Anderson trying to pull away, but look at Nate Hamilton starting to surge forward as they make their way off the course. Give it up for these drivers. Grant Anderson and Nate Hamilton, world-class driving at its best. So will it be Grant Anderson from Danbury, Connecticut, or our hometown hero from Denton, Texas, Nate Hamilton?
All right, got word. It's official. Nate Hamilton gets the win.
Wow, Nate Hamilton gets the win, taking out Grant Anderson. Not easily, but able to take him out, and after that one more time battle. Nate Hamilton, our number one qualifier. Can he take it all the way top, qualifying first? Can he take the number one spot? Well, we're going to find out. So now we're going to go, let me look at the schedule, to the battle between Eugene Fagelman and Jake Wise.
Yep.
All right, Eugene Fagelman versus Jake Wise. Jake Wise qualifying second, Eugene qualifying 10th. Eugene coming to us from Lewisville, Texas, rocking about 600 horsepower in that Yellow Speed Racing Nissan 240SX. When we asked him why LS, Eugene told us there is no replacement for displacement. We've heard that several times. He said he drives with passion. But he's going to go against Jake Wise. Jake Wise has been a ripper all weekend. He's got an LS3 powered Nissan 240SX. Coming to us from Clayburn, Texas. Said he had such a great time last year. He got second, and he wants that win. So Jake Wise is out for the number one spot, finishing second last time. Jake said, if you want to get into drifting, start on a sim. If you guys aren't familiar, drift simulators, very useful tool for a lot of these drivers to keep that seat time experience without having to burn tires all the time. But here we go. I hear him roaring down the street. And here we go. Jake Wise and Eugene making their way down the course. Jake Wise ripping it out front. Eugene trying to close that gap. Both cars, nice transition. Eugene's going to dive inside for the pile. Look at Eugene diving in for the attack. Jake Wise doing a great job. But look at Eugene. Oh, no. Oh, right towards the end, almost spitting out. Eugene Fagelman holding it together. But, man, he was really applying that pressure to Jake Wise. Jake Wise, he's got his work cut out for him. So now Eugene Fagelman in that Yellow Speed Racing Nissan 240SX, he's going to lead. And now Jake Wise is going to see if he can apply the same pressure that Eugene did. Maybe can he force a mistake? Jake Wise in that Fortune Auto Tire Streets Holley Performance yellow and red Nissan 240SX. Jake Wise about 600 horsepower, Eugene about 611-ish. So it's pretty even on paper. It's coming down to driver versus driver. So who will it be? Will it be our second place qualifier, Jake Wise, or Eugene, our 10th place qualifier, to advance on in this second half of this battle? And away they go, making their way down the straight. Nice initiation. Eugene out front. Whoa, look at Jake. Whoa! Oh! Yeah, but no! Wow! That, whoa! Jake Wise bullying Eugene right off the track. Staying in it after Eugene goes off course. No, it looks like Eugene's okay. I see the rescue truck going out there. I don't know if he can get out. Is there a fire? I see him pulling something out of the vehicle, looking underneath the vehicle. Getting rescue out there. Oh, this would be a shame. That's why it's important these drivers have those fire extinguishers on hand in case there is a fire. Eugene, buddy, you okay? I don't know if you can hear me. Well, let's give it up for Eugene Fagelman. Give it up for Eugene Fagelman. All right, he's okay. That's good to see. The man's, yeah, there we go. That's good. That's what we like to hear. That support these drivers, putting it all on the line. Very aggressive driving. Jake Wise, he wants it. He said he finished second place last time, but was he too aggressive? Too aggressive? Rubbin's racing, though. We'll see. But maybe a little too much. Maybe too much bumping and grinding. We know what that can lead to. You're going off the track. That's what that can lead to. All right, I'm going to take a TV timeout. Well, we're going to see what happens here. See if looks like Eugene's kind of stuck out there, so might have to get him off the course. After we finish this battle, we're going right into the top four, so we are almost at the end of this competition. But we have some serious battles coming up, pending the outcome of this battle here. All right, those of you guys that are watching on the live stream, we've been going through some borrowed generator issues, but we're kind of powering through it. Right now, as you saw, Jake Wise, I'm not sure what the judges are going to say about fault. To me, it looked like Jake Wise was just too aggressive, and Eugene just not able to transition or drive the line that he wanted. We know that the chase driver is not allowed to impede the lead driver, right? You use them as a mobile clipping point. That doesn't mean you can just put the car anywhere you want. You still have to allow the lead driver to make his transitions. Now, some could argue they were both at full lock or high speed right there, and the transition wasn't quite there yet, but nonetheless, we'll see what happens. See if we can get some official word. What's the official word? Okay. All right. All right, we did get official word back that Jake was at fault for that collision there. So Eugene Fagelman's going to advance on. They're going to allow Eugene to try to fix that vehicle. Of course, he doesn't have the rest of the night, but hopefully he can get that fixed quickly. But Eugene Fagelman's going to advance on due to a collision faulted to Jake Wise. Unfortunately, Jake taking himself out of competition. Exciting to watch. But as I mentioned before, as a chase driver, you must allow the lead driver to transition and run his line. You cannot impede that lead driver whatsoever. I mean, you get there and you can rub and you can tap him a little bit, but that clearly was a little bit more than that. And when Eugene trying to make that transition, unfortunately, didn't have anywhere to go, forcing him off track. So I guess you could say Jake Wise taking himself out of competition. But it was exciting. It was exciting. And we do all right, Eugene, you're doing good, buddy. You're doing good. All right, give it up for Eugene Fagelman one more time as we got to get that vehicle out there, out of the off the track. I guess now would be a time if you guys want to get something to drink real quick. This probably take about 5 minutes or so. Go to the bathroom, relieve yourselves. Of course, once again, want to shout out Holley for getting this all put together. This Holley LS Fest Texas 2023 brought to you by eBay Motors. This is the Tire Streets Drift Challenge. And we can't thank Holley LS Fest enough for choosing to make an event as great as this, allowing all these different race disciplines to come together under one roof: drag racing, autocross, track cross, got some dyno pools, drifting, burnout competitions. I mean, we've had just about everything here. Shout out to our associated sponsors: Optima Batteries, Nitrous Outlet, LX Acceleration, ICT Billet, Excel ADS Racing Shocks, Detroit Speed, B&M, Anvil Off-Road, Demon Carburetors, Diablo Sport, Earls, Edge, Flowtech Exhaust, Flowmaster, Hayes, Holley EFI, Hurst, MSD, Hooker Blackheart, Mr. Gasket, NOS, QuickTime, Race Pack, Tick Performance, Super Chips, Wayland, Lakewood, Anvil Off-Road, and of course, FastestStreetCar.com. We also want to thank Heatwave, Tire Streets, Speed Tech Performance, Monster Clutches, Texas Speed and Performance, Windrock Speed Shop, Elgin Industries, and of course, Nitto, the official tire of LS Fest. Thank you to all those sponsors collaborating, putting on such an amazing event for everybody. Of course, you guys want to make sure you grab that last-minute souvenir, the Holley booth over there, $15 T-shirts. As well as check out the drift pits after this competition is done, because after the drift competition is done, the event's not over. Go ahead and chat up with Eugene. Ask him what was going on, how he felt going through that whole experience. There's a lot of merchandise available as well. Help these drivers and their program. Help support these drivers. All right, this just in from the press is an interesting turn of events. So during that collision, right, it seemed Jake Wise was too aggressive. Well, we just found out Eugene Fagelman, being the man that he is, honest, came back to the judge and say, listen, I blew my engine. Yeah, it goes for me saying Ellis's don't blow, right? But said he blew his engine, causing him to drastically reduce speed. So that reduction in speed, obviously slowing down in front of Jake Wise just being balls to the wall, caused the collision. So Eugene said, hey, listen, you know what? I blew my motor. I slowed down. It's my fault. So the decision is overturned. And basically Jake Wise is going to get the win. So hats off to Eugene. I mean, that's world class right there. Eugene just saying, hey, listen, I blew my motor, man. I don't want to, I'm not going to take that win. That really is just one of the reasons why I fell in love with drifting. Once you get involved in the drift community, you're going to see they are the most welcoming set of drivers and people out there. I've seen drivers lend tires. I've seen drivers lend transmissions to a competitor and then lose to that competitor with their transmission. So it's all about love. These drivers, they don't want to win easy. They want to battle it out. It's a gladiator style sport, and that's what makes drifting so great. Those of you guys that have had a chance to drive or go to a drifting event or be a part of a drifters team and crew, you'll know right away that drifters world class, man. They're all ready to do battle. They want to have fun. That's what it's about. So hats off to Eugene Fagelman for being honest, coming out there, and just being just a killer dude. Killer. So Jake Wise is going to advance on. So I guess Jake Wise, I mean, he finished second last year, I believe. Let's see here. Let me look up. Yeah. He said he had such a great time last year. He got second, and he wants that win. And he's one step closer. And he said if he wins, his victory plans are to do a really big burnout. All right, guys, so you guys are watching on the live stream. I'm sure you heard what I said. So, man, hats off to Eugene Fagelman for just freaking coming out to the judge and say, listen, that was all my bad. My motor blew. World class. What do you think,
Definitely.
Ben?
Yeah, you don't see, I mean, it's great to see it, and you don't really see it on other sport disciplines, and it's good to see that. It's good that, you got honest individuals out on the track, and but you're not always going to see that.
No.
In every form of motorsport, you're not going to see that. Even in drifting, and some competitions, the competitors may necessarily not be forthcoming. But I think what helps is that there isn't a lot on the line here.
No, it's not.
And it's fun
Right.
and entertaining, and
LS Fest was designed to be a show competition, right? Where it's competitive. It gives those drivers that don't do much competition to get that competition experience. Gets those other drivers just want to see how they stack up. They don't allow protests. There are no protests here at LS Fest. It's very a chill event. The drivers get a ton of seat time. So, yeah, as you mentioned, it's not designed to be a high-stress environment. But nonetheless, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, looks like another generator failure. Hold on a second. Yeah, I think I'm about done. It's been strangely convenient, though. Every time it breaks down, there's a break in the action. So, sorry, guys. Those are getting a live stream. I've been getting a workout. We got a Predator, Generator, Harbor Freight Special that keeps stalling out on us. So, We'll see. Hopefully it lasts the rest of the event. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys, like I said, leave comments, good, bad, or ugly. Please share it. You know, big clips of it, share it, put it on Instagram. Also, if you don't know, we do a podcast as well. So we just did our 61st episode last night in the pits. We have a lot of great interviews with a lot of pro drivers. And we just, you know, 3 guys like to have a good time. My brother Paul is not here. Unfortunately not able to make it to this event. We could have used him. Me and Ben have been trying to hold down the fort as best as possible to help our camera lady, Diane, doing a great job. So, looking forward to Kentucky. But as I mentioned, this is a test stream. This is our carry-on package. I think Kentucky, we're going to use our check-in package, meaning we're going to see what we can fit in a check-in luggage. All right, give it up for, that's a world-class man right there. Honest. We love you, Eugene. Awesome. A man and a scholar, Eugene Fagelman. Keeping it real. Oh, he's blowing kisses. Nice. I feel the love. All right, but we want to get it back into the action. That's right. All right, so Jake Wise advancing on. Let's see if I can update this bracket. Looks like we're 80% complete through this competition. And we have a handful of battles left. Our next battle will be Nate Hamilton versus Kevin Gorky. And then the other battle, Jack versus Jake. That might be a tongue twister. Jack Davis versus Jake Wise. And as I said, just so you guys get an idea how qualifying works out, first place qualifier Nate Hamilton going against fourth place qualifier Kevin Gorky. And then Jack Davis, our third place qualifier, going against Jake Wise, our second place qualifier. So it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4 in the top 4. I mean, it works out. We see that quite often. Oh, yeah, there we go. Warm up the tires. I do believe that is Nate Hamilton versus Kevin Gorky. Make sure I'm saying that name right. Kevin Gorky from Houston, Texas. Nate Hamilton from Denton, Texas. And his sun's starting to set. Track conditions are changing. Kevin said, Rentspec is your solution for your vehicle wrap and signage needs. And, of course, we know Nate Hamilton, owner of 144 Print House. If you need shirts, hats, anything, he can help you out. These drivers, I believe both drivers have some merchandise for sale in the Drift Pit, so you want to check that out. Help support these guys. Kevin Gorky at Rentspec, 2007 Chevy Corvette. Here we go as they make their way down the course. Both drivers ripping it down the straight. Nate Hamilton out front. Kevin, whoa! Kevin surging forward right on the door of Nate Hamilton. Very aggressive, dropping back a little bit, but very impressive attack by Kevin Gorky. Oh my goodness. That's full send right there, buddy. Nate Hamilton able to fend off the attack. Kevin coming in hot, making some corrections, causing himself to drop back a little bit. Definitely exciting to watch, though. Now driver's going to head back to the line. Change positions. Nate Hamilton is going to give chase. Kevin's going to be out front. This is the first place qualifier, Nate Hamilton, versus the fourth place qualifier, Kevin Gorky. Both drivers back up to the line. Getting locked and loaded. The winner of this battle will battle the winner between Jack Davis and Jake Wise. All right, I hear the engines coming. Here we go. Kevin out front. Nate Hamilton almost right there, side by side on initiation. Both drivers transitioning through that first outside zone. Now transitioning into that second outer zone. Look at Nate Hamilton diving on the back bumper almost of Kevin. Both drivers side by side through that final outer zone. Give it up for Kevin Gorky and Nate Hamilton. Wow, Nate wants it bad. He wants it bad.
Nate Hamilton gets the win.
There you have it, Nate Hamilton with that 144 print house from Denton, Texas, taking out Kevin Gorky. But I don't believe the night's over for Kevin yet. So we will have a battle for third. So right now, Nate Hamilton is one more battle away from taking home the crown of the 2023 LS Fest Texas here at the Texas Motor Speedway. He's going to have to battle it out between Jack Davis, or he's going to actually battle the winner of Jack Davis versus Jake Wise. Jake Wise qualifying second, Jack Davis qualifying third. I believe I got word Jack Davis is the only pro driver out here. That's all I was told. Current pro, anyways. I could be wrong, but I was told so. Maybe any fact checkers out there? Jack Davis in that BMW E36. Jake Wise, we just saw out there ripping it, battling Eugene Fagelman. We'll see. And here they come down the straight. Jake Wise out front. Jack Davis in the chase position. Wise out front. Davis about 3 or 4 cars behind trying to close that gap. Can Davis apply that pressure through this final sweeper? Whoa! Davis diving in for the attack, but Jake Wise putting the car where it needs to be and ripping it around that outer zone. Davis trying to battle his way through the smoke. Jake Wise, man, he wants it. He said he got second place last year. He wants first this year. He's only got 2 more drivers to get past. He's got to get past Davis. If Jake can get past Davis, he'll have to battle Nate Hamilton. And that'll be a first place qualifier versus a second place qualifier. Both drivers making their way back to the line. Davis is going to lead now. Wise will give chase. Jake Wise coming to us from Cleburne, Texas. About 600 horsepower in that Fortune Auto Tire Streets Holley Performance Nissan 240SX. Has a whole list of Holley Performance parts, hooker headers, Terminator X. Just the list goes on and on. He feels the LS platform is the best competition power plant. So he chose to put it in his vehicle, just like everybody else here. Whether it's a jet ski, airplane, lawnmower, Power Wheels. I could use one in my generator. All right, Davis is going to lead. Wise is going to give chase. Jack Davis versus Jake Wise. This is the second half of this battle. Track is getting dark. It's getting a little more difficult to see out there. We'd have a little aid of the Texas Motor Speedway. Got some of the lights on for us, so that's very helpful. It's a little brighter than it was last night. Both drivers locked and loaded, just waiting for that signal to go. All right, I hear engines coming down the straight. Both drivers, second half of this battle. Who will it be, Davis or Wise? Wow, Davis, a rocket ship, but Wise right there with them, bumper to bumper on the transition. Wise diving in the pocket right there with Davis, side by side as they make their way onto the course. Wow, Jake Wise. He wants that number one spot. Davis, stellar lead run. Stellar lead run.
Wow, this is a good battle. This is a really good battle.
Jake Wise gets the win.
There you have it, Jake Wise getting the win. He's going to be battling out for first and second against Nate Hamilton. But I believe are we gonna move to the next battle for third? You think you can get word for me there? The next battle is we're gonna do it for third place?
Let me find out.
Obviously, Jake Wise is gonna need to change his tires before he battles it out again. All right, so yeah, we're gonna go. Our next battle is gonna be Jack Davis versus Kevin Gorky, and that's gonna be the battle for third and fourth. And then only one more battle after that. So there's only two more battles in the competition, folks. Oh, are you kidding me? Nothing that a couple more trips to Buc-ee's can't fix. Oh, I apologize. Those of you guys are on the drift stream there. This Harbor Freight generator is kicking my butt. Looks like I see some headlights down there at the end of the track. This is going to be the battle for third and fourth between Jack Davis and Kevin Gorky.
I wonder, will this end up being a 1, 2, 3, 4 place competition, according not just to battles but competition or qualifying? Because Jack Davis qualified 3rd, Kevin qualified 4th. That's just crazy how that worked out. Don't you do it. All right, I see headlights at the line. This is Kevin Gorky versus Jack Davis. This is our 3rd place qualifier versus our 4th place qualifier. And away they go. Jack is out front. Kevin giving chase. Both drivers. Man, wow! Look at Jack way out front. Kevin has some ground to make up. Kevin starting to close that gap towards the end there, but Jack Davis on fire in that lead position. Wow, that was a good lead run. Jack trying to run away with it. He doesn't want to make it close, but it ain't over yet. Kevin can be out front now. Right now, he's got to do everything he can to try to pull away. Run a flawless lead run. Maybe force a mistake out of Jack Davis, but Jack has been on fire. I don't know. This is too close to call for me. All right, drivers back up to the line. Nick Swan down at the end of the track, running that line, running that grid like a champ. Shout out to all the workers out here today, LS Fest workers, doing a great job keeping the crowd under control. Second half of this battle for 3rd and 4th place at the Tire Streets Drift Challenge here at Holley's LS Fest, Texas, at the beautiful Texas Motor Speedway. And it's just, I see tire smoke all over the place, from the drag strip, from the burnout box to the drift layout. Doesn't get much better. And of course, everything powered by LS. LS swap the world. All right, and away they go. Both drivers making their way down the straight. Well, nice initiation. Both drivers almost side by side. Kevin doing a good job in that lead. Whoa, whoa! Oh my goodness. Wow. Kevin spinning out. But Davis, what? Wow. Excellent, excellent driving by Davis, avoiding that collision. Give it up for these drivers. Able to have those fast reflexes going that fast sideways. Oh, there we go. He's want to burn off those tires. our number 1 qualifier, Nate Hamilton, 144 Print House from Denton, Texas. He's going to be battling Jake Wise, our number 2 qualifier from Cleburne, Texas. And that Fortune Auto Tire Streets Holley Performance Nissan 240SX. 240 versus 240, number 1 qualifier versus number 2 qualifier. Nate Hamilton will lead first. Jake will chase. All right, looks like the judges have come with a decision for 3rd place. That's going to be Davis. Davis is going to take 3rd. Davis taking 3rd. Kevin taking 4th. I think we kind of already figured that one out. Pretty simple. Now, the 1st and 2nd place battle, I'm not going to announce. We're going to pull these drivers up to the front, and we're going to do an official winner announcement after this battle, if it doesn't go one more time, which is possible. This is the number 1 qualifier versus the number 2 qualifier. Jake Wise getting 2nd place last year. 1st place. Is he going to get 2nd back-to-back, or is he going to be able to be like 2nd place last year, 1st place this year? We'll see. I know he wants it bad, but he's got to get past Nate Hamilton, and that ain't going to be easy. Looks like the cars are all locked and loaded. All right, guys, let's get some crowd participation. Let's let the track guys down at the end of the track and let you hear, send it, send it, send it, louder, send it, send it, send it, and away they go, coming down the track. Wow, look at initiation by Nate Hamilton. Jake Wise almost, whoa, oh my goodness, bumper to bumper. This is insane. All these drivers, look at Jake Wise putting his car almost into the door of Nate Hamilton. That was insane. You guys are getting a world-class show. Give it up for Nate Hamilton and Jake Wise. It doesn't get mad. Jake wants it bad. Jake wants it bad. Wow. What a chase run by Jake Wise. Now, they're going to change position. Does Nate Hamilton have what it takes to put on a stellar chase run like we just witnessed from Jake Wise? Woo! Insane. That was insane. That's world-class driving right there. I don't know, folks. What do you think? Are you not entertained? That's right. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. This is my bag. All right, second half of this battle. Jake Wise going to be out front. Nate Hamilton going to give chase. Jake Wise in that Fortune Auto Tire Streets Holley Performance Nissan 240SX. Red and yellow. Yellow in the front, red in the back. Nate Hamilton in that 144 Print House Nissan 240SX. Number 1 qualifier, Nate Hamilton. Number 2 qualifier, Jake Wise. Both Texas boys. Jake Wise is 1 battle away from doing a really big burnout. That's what he said. He's going to do a really big burnout if he wins. This could be the last run of the 2023 Holley LS Fest Texas at the beautiful Texas Motor Speedway, brought to you by eBay Motors. The finals of the Tire Streets Drift Challenge is about to go down. One more battle till we can crown a winner, or one more time, we'll see.
But Jake Wise definitely seems to have the advantage going into the second half of this battle with that stellar chase run. Hopefully you guys got that on video. Just trying to get those track workers off the course, making sure the track is indeed as it's supposed to be. I think that's the guy in the golf cart just whistling while he works. That's a great, actually, no. We need LS for my generator first. That's first before we do the golf cart. All right, guys. Second half of this battle. Will it go one more time? Will we have a winner? Jake Wise versus Nate Hamilton. Jake Wise out front. Nate Hamilton giving chase. Both drivers initiating. Bam! Right past that first inside clip. Nice transition. Jake Wise out front. Nate Hamilton trying to catch up, but Jake Wise looks like he's run. Look at Nate Hamilton diving. Whoa! Diving in for the attack. It's bumper cars. They're crazy. Insane. Give it up for Jake Wise and Nate Hamilton. I don't want to be a judge tonight. Wow. Now it's up to the judges. Is it going to be one more time? How many of you guys think Nate Hamilton got it? What do you think about Jake Wise? What about one more time? Okay, it's almost like a tie between Jake Wise and one more time, so we'll see. Judges are deliberating, trying to get an official answer. Once again, if we do have a winner, I will not announce it quite yet. If we do have a winner, we will pull all of those drivers, last four drivers, back up here. We already know who got fourth and third, so it'll be simple. I'll make that first place announcement. Who will be crowned the Holley LS Fest Texas 2023 champ? All you guys watching on the live stream, my voice is about gone, and I am so glad this is over. It's been an amazing event. This is a difficult course. Tandems, overall, obviously not as close as we would have liked, but it's a high-speed course. This is real deal Holyfield right here. I mean, these guys are going fast. This is an FD course. But what a way to end it with Jake Wise and Nate Hamilton battling out. Jake Wise really just doing a great job. Really wants that number one spot. But I don't know, judges are still deliberating. Hopefully we have an answer soon. Once again, thank you guys watching on the live stream. Thank you so much. Make sure you share, like. Check out our other videos. We have a lot of videos, good interviews. We've live streamed quite a few events already. You guys can check those out on our YouTube page. Please like, subscribe, share. You can follow us on our Instagram. Instagram is where you're going to see all our up-to-date information on where we're going to be next. And we like to post a lot of little videos so you guys know exactly what's going on. But we really appreciate you guys. And again, please leave comments. You know, good, bad, ugly. Let us know how we did. Again, disclaimer, this is the carry-on package. The carry-on package of a live stream, test stream that we got going on. Yeah. Meaning the live stream equipment that we brought had to fit in a carry-on bag. This is just something that me and Captain Ben, Diana, my brother, we just decided to, hey, we're going to kind of just take it upon ourselves to bring this coverage for you guys. It's an exciting event. It really is a lot of fun. We were able to go to Kentucky LS Fest last year. We didn't live stream it. And we kind of got together and said, hey, listen, let's just do a live stream on our own. We had the blessing, of course, from Nick Swan. Nick Swan, awesome. All these guys are awesome. Pat Gooden, Zach Poloff, Ben Gibson, all world-class guys, allowing us to film this. You know, some people could be jerks, right, and just say, hey, no, you can't do it. But they allowed us to do it. You know, flies out here. It's been an amazing experience, and I really can't thank these guys enough. They just are all world-class. The drivers, amazing. You know, just this allowed us to meet drivers from across the country we would never have had a chance to meet. And all you drivers that we got a chance to meet, if you watch this, I want to thank you guys so much. You've been just freaking awesome. But hold on, I think we got a word. Do we have a word? No.
All right, we got a decision.
Well, we have a decision. We have a decision. So we're going to get these drivers up here.
No.
No, what?
We're going one more time.
Oh, one more time. Oh, you teased me. I like that. Tease me some more. That was good. One more time. Oh, I don't know. Does this little generator, does she got one more time in her? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how this generator is.
All right, you guys make a decision after this. Our generator's not going to hang in there.
I'm sure it was close. I mean, obviously we saw it ourselves. It's it wasn't easy. But
you know,
now
there's a lot of great sports events where people are watching it, and right at the last minute it goes blank. That's going to be us.
Hopefully.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah.
They switched like Little House on the Prairie all of a sudden. What?
So now we got to wait for both of the drivers to change tires, fuel up their vehicles if necessary, and so sit tight.
I need a drink. I don't need water. See, really, the joke's on you guys because I actually brought an extra In-N-Out burger just in case my tank runs out. So I may, if I have to start that thing one more time, I'm going to refill my tank. I might just eat it while I'm trying to start the generator. Those of you guys are watching on live stream, just letting the drivers change their tires. Go at it again. Oh, man. I don't know. Jake Wise just killing it today. Really wanting that #1 spot. All right, I'm starting to see some smoke in the burnout box over there. Driver's starting to warm up the tires. This is going to be a one more time battle. That means we're resetting the clock. Last battle is a wash. We're starting fresh. Judges are not going to use that last battle at all to decipher a winner. And that means Nate Hamilton's going to lead. Jake Wise is going to give chase first, and then the drivers will switch. Nate Hamilton in that 144 frame house. Nissan 240SX, hometown hero, Denton, Texas. 8-month-old son rooting him on Indy. Shout out to Indy. Future pro driver in the works, I'm sure. And here we go. All right, Nate Hamilton out front. Jake Wise. Can Jake Wise have a repeat performance? And Jake Wise, I can't even see him. He's so close. Whoa, Nate Hamilton, look at Jake Wise. Wow! Diving in for the attack right in the pocket. Side by side. Working our way around that sweeper. Give it up for Jake Wise and Nate Hamilton. Good Lord Almighty. Jake wants it, man. Got second place last year. He wants that #1 spot. He wants it. Blood is in the water. Both drivers making their way back up to the start line. Change position. Jake Wise going to be out front. Nate Hamilton will be chased in what could be the final battle. Which I said that before. We're about to find out, though. Once again, these judges are analyzing more than just proximity. Proximity is great. That makes it exciting. But it is a lead driver putting the car where it needs to be. Is a chase driver making too many mistakes to try to be aggressive and stay in the pocket? These are all things that judges are thinking about trying to make this decision. Being aggressive in a close tandem is great and it's exciting, but are you doing it clean? Are you cutting the line too much to gain proximity? These are just some of the things that the judges are looking at. Is a chase driver not filling out the outer zones the way he should? Is he nice and tight on the clips? I mean, it's really hard to tell because these drivers are both on fire. And this is one of those times, well, one of many times, I don't want to be a judge. I'm glad I'm not a judge. Especially in a time like this, when it's so close to call, you got to nitpick every part of the run. But I believe I can see Nate Hamilton's vehicle already at the end of the track there, at the beginning of the track, I should say. To our right, that means he's going to be chasing Jake Wise, pulling into that lead lane. Both drivers locked and loaded in what could be the final battle of the evening in the Holley LS Fest 2023. And away they go. All right. Are we getting, well, maybe not quite yet. Oh, yeah, here we go. Engines roaring. Jake Wise out front. Nate Hamilton giving chase. Where's Nate Hamilton? Right there. Side by side, almost bumper to bumper. Look at the angle. Jake Wise, Nate Hamilton trying to close that gap. Jake Wise trying to pull away from Nate Hamilton. Nate Hamilton trying to dive in the pocket at the last minute. Give it up for Jake Wise and Nate Hamilton. Woo! Lose my voice. Yeah, I need you guys to scream for me. All right, now here comes the waiting game.
Judges have the decision.
Is it one more time? No.
No, they're actually going to bring him down.
Oh, they decided a winner. Okay,
they decided a winner, yes.
Decision, you said that last time, teasing me.
Yeah.
All right, folks. We have a winner. We're going to bring those drivers down. We already know Davis has got third. Kevin Gorky has got fourth. Kevin, unfortunately, spinning out. But we're going to bring Nate Hamilton and Jake Wise down to the front. I believe we're going to bring Jack Davis and Kevin Gorky as well. There we go. Give it up for Jake Wise. I mean, this dude is a ripper. He's killing it. Give it up for Jake Wise. Yeah. There you go. You got to save those tires for your burnout, bud. All right, Nate Hamilton. Get up for Nate Hamilton. Yeah, 144 print house. Jake Wise in that Fortune Auto Tire Streets Holley Performance Nissan 240XX. And, of course, we got our third place right there. Jack Davis. Jack Davis securing the third spot. Get these drivers out there. All right, look at it. Look at it. There you go. That's what it's about right there. Drivers having a hell of a time. Give it up for Nate Hamilton, Jake Wise, and Jack Davis. Great job, drivers. You guys, world-class drivers, giving all these fans a hell of a show. Nick, my man, you just give me the word and I'll announce the winners. All right, that's what it's about, love, all that love. I can feel that love from here. Yeah, buddy. I just need to get the word. Give me that word. I can announce these winners. I'm just itching. I don't know who the winner is yet. They haven't told me. Just need to get a thumbs up when we're ready to announce. I'm excited. Come on. Let's get it. Once again, I want to shout out Holley LS Fest, Texas Motor Speedway, all our sponsors, Tire Streets for the Tire Street Drift Challenge. Nick, we ready to go? Is that a thumb up? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and announce our third place. You already know our third place winner is Jack Davis, doing a great job. I'm going to go ahead and do our number one. Give it up for Jack Davis. Great job, Jack Davis. I'm going to announce number one. So this is going to be our first place winner of Holley LS Fest. First place winner, Holley LS Fest in the Nissan 240. Oh, they're both Nissan 240s. Owner of the 144 Print House, Nate Hamilton, taking home first place. Nate Hamilton taking home first place. Jake Wise, second place. Jake Wise, back-to-back second place. All these drivers, world class. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been an amazing event. Thank you, Predator, for hanging in there for me. Guys, thank you so much. Hopefully we made some new fans. Once again, come back next year. If you can make it to Kentucky, Kentucky's amazing. Thank you, Holley. Thank you, Tire Streets, and all the other sponsors. Hey, I can't say I could ask for a better evening. Thank you so much, guys. Make sure you get home safe. It was a pleasure to be here. Until next time, God bless. All right, those of you guys that are on the live stream, there you have it. Nate Hamilton getting first place. Oh, thank you, audience guy. Thank you, audience guy. What an awesome audience. You guys are awesome. Awesome. The best audience so far, by far. Make it out to Kentucky. I'm telling you, Kentucky is insane if you can. Sorry about that, guys. Just audience has been freaking tremendous. Just tremendous out here. It's been really awesome to be a part of LS Fest, Texas. And I just shout out to Nick Swan. Shout out to Zach Poloff, the passionate Pat Gooden, and Ben Gibson. Getting to meet him was awesome as well. Didn't get to spend as much time with all these drivers as we could, but putting the name and a face to the videos, I guess you could say, being able to meet and greet these guys in person has been just an amazing experience. So on behalf of myself, Captain Ben, you have any words you want to say before we sign off on the drift stream?
Yeah, just as Tim was saying, there's too many people to thank for making this a possibility, but yeah, you've already gone through it, and thank you everyone for being patient with us to try to get all of those things sorted out. There was a couple of things that went a little screwy towards the end, but we know, and we're obviously going to improve and make corrections and everything that comes with it, but just want to thank everyone for that tuned in. That was a part of it. Not only that we're watching, we're part of in the chat.
Yeah.
And
like, share, subscribe, man. Help us. You know, we're out there. We're trying to give you guys live stream footage, bring you guys footage that no one else is bringing you. So thank you so much. I guess, unless, Ben, you have anything else, I guess we can sign off?
Yep.
All right. Till next time. God bless you guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.